Hello, I'm Green Jenine, here for Toss50.com, the other side of 50, and today I'd like to talk about water pollution. What comes to mind for you when I say water pollution? For most people, it tends to be things like pipes coming from large factories and companies spewing gunk into streams and lakes. Sometimes people talk about smokestacks, and these are what we call the point sources of pollution. It's easy to point at a pipe, it's easy to point at a smokestack. But today, these are not the largest sources of pollution, because now we have laws in place, like the Clean Water Act, that help to control these sources of pollution. Today, you might be surprised to learn that the largest source of water pollution are the diffuse sources of pollution that are scattered all about, many of them caused by you and me. These are what we call the non-point sources of pollution because they're difficult to point at. These include things like fertilizer and pesticides on our lawns, on local golf courses, at farms. It also includes pet waste for when we forget to clean up after our dog, oil from our cars, sand and salt on roadways and other transportation chemicals. It even includes sediment from erosion. Now what happens is when it rains or when the snow melts, that water travels across the land, it's called runoff, and it carries these diffuse sources of pollutants to our waterways. I have with me today a model of a typical landscape, and it provides a nice visual demonstration for how this occurs. Let's add some of these pollutants to our model landscape. First, I have some fertilizer. Some of these homeowners over here are fertilizing their lawn today. Over here they need a little fertilizer at the farm, and definitely at the golf course. We have some pesticides. Over here at the farm we'll need some of those, as well as at the golf course. And I have some sprinkles here to represent dog waste. A few people taking their dog for a walk, not cleaning up after them. And over here at the farm, we've got the cow definitely creating some waste. And let's use a few more sprinkles for litter. A few water bottles, a couple of other things on the road there, and some soil. Over here in the forest, I see they cut down some trees. That's definitely going to cause some erosion. Some salt and sediment on the landscape, on the roadways from when we had some snow. There we go. All right. And then the rain comes, and the runoff runs across the landscape and begins to carry all the pollutants down into this lake. And you can see the nice blue water is now collecting some of all these different pollutants by the fact that it's turning different colors. Now there are many different ways that we can all work together to help limit the amount of non-point source pollution we create and help to reduce runoff. I'll discuss some of these in our next Toss 50 video.